Hi everyone, this is Yesha with IELTSMaterial.com. Do you write letters to your neighbors or your office colleagues? What are these types of letters called? Yes, these types of letters are called as IELTS writing semi-formal letters. Today we are going to learn about the structure of semi-formal letters and the different situations when you actually write a semi-formal letter. So quickly, without wasting any time, let's get into the tutorial. So what is the definition of a semi-formal letter? IELTS semi-formal letters are written to people whom we have known socially or personally for some time or have possibly met a few times but do not have a friendly or close relationship with. Here are some of the situations when you write a semi-formal letter. A letter to a neighbor, a letter to your landlord or landlady, a letter to a colleague in the office, a letter to the professor at your college or university, and a letter to one of your family members or relatives. So let us learn how to address this task. It is very important that you write only about the situation that is described in the task. Try to cover all the 3 bullet points. Also, use a letter format. That means you should not write your answer in bulleted points or in numbered points. You should only write the letter in different paragraphs. To know about the structure of the letter, I would recommend you to go to the previous video and watch the video which is related to IELTS writing formal letters. In this video, I have explained about the structure in depth. Here as well, I will give you a glimpse of the structure. The letter structure or the format of the letter is called as 6-part structure, where you start your letter with the title and the opening statement, or let's say the purpose of the letter, the first bulleted point, which is going to be your first body paragraph, the second bulleted point, which is going to be your main second body paragraph, the third bulleted point, finally the third body paragraph. You end your letter with a closing statement and finally you sign off with the subscription. For semi-formal letters, I would recommend you that you use yours sincerely and write your full name, that is the first name and the last name.
Thank you for watching it till here. If you want to learn more tips and strategies for IELTS, then check out the description below and book a free demo class today.
Now let's look into the example question task. You can see again the instruction which says the time duration is going to be 20 minutes and you have to write at least 150 words. The situation here that is described is, for the past year, you have been a member of a local club. Now, you want to discontinue your membership. You have to write this letter to the club secretary. There are 3 bulleted points which says, state what type of membership you have and how you have paid for this. The second bullet point says, give details on how you have benefited from the club. The third bullet point is, explain why you want to leave. You have to make sure that you cover all these bulleted points in your letter, otherwise you would definitely end up losing your band score. You can see that it has the instruction saying, begin your letter as follows. That means you know this person or you know the club secretary. And here there's also another hint given, that is the club secretary is a female. Start your letter with Dear Mrs. Take any last name that you wish to and begin your letter with the name, that is Dear Mrs. Thompson, or let's say Dear Mrs. Manik, Dear Mrs. Shah, any name would go. Let's look into the sample answer, and the name that I've used in the sample answer is something like this: Dear Mrs. Watson. The first paragraph talks about the purpose of the letter, or let's say why I want to cancel my membership from next month. The second paragraph is about the first bullet point, which clearly talks about the payment details of the membership. The second bullet point, or let's say the third paragraph, talks about the other details related to the facilities availed with this membership. Finally, the third bullet point or the last paragraph, which says that it is really difficult for the person to ask for the cancellation, but he has no other choice. The polite ending is, I have no words to fill my sorrow over this decision, but I feel this is just the softest way to communicate my decision. Finally, the person has ended up the letter with the subscription, yours sincerely, and with the full name, that is Andrew Scott. Make sure that you follow this structure when you practice for the semi-formal letters. Now this is your example question task. That means the question that I want you to give the answers in the comment section below. You can see there is a situation which says you have been living in a rental apartment for the past year. Recently, a new neighbor moved in and has been making a lot of noise which disturbs you. This is a situation that you are somewhere uncomfortable with the new neighbor. Write a letter to the landlord. In your letter, you have to write about the situation, describe why it is bothering you, and also suggest a solution. Try to write at least 175 to 180 words and start your letter with Dear Mr. Select your name by yourself. Try giving the answer for the sample question and I will give you an awesome feedback with a band score. Stay with us for more IELTS learning, as well as do not forget to like, share and subscribe IELTS Material YouTube channel. Keep learning and stay updated. Bye-bye.